The next test that we're going to do is we're going to do a charging system voltage drop test. And this is a test that you should have learned in the Auto 110 class, but I'll review it for you really quickly anyway. A voltage drop test is just measuring to see if you have unwanted voltage somewhere, or actually unwanted voltage drop. So it actually tests for resistance. So if you have unwanted voltage drop, then that means you have unwanted resistance there. And so what we're going to check is we're going to check the wires going from the alternator down to the battery, and we're also going to check the battery ground, or the alternator ground, and making sure that there's no voltage drop there as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So this test has to be done with the engine running, so I've got the engine running right now. We're going to set our voltmeter to volts DC, and we're going to check across the output terminal of the battery, or of the alternator wire. So this is the alternator wire here. It's attached to the back of the alternator. It comes around here, and then it goes down and it comes up and it connects to the battery right over here. So I'm going to take the negative lead of my meter. I'm going to put it on the battery terminal itself. So I'm going to go underneath here so you won't be able to see where I've actually got it hooked up. But I've got my negative meter lead hooked up to the battery terminal. Positive battery terminal, and this is the positive battery outpost, or output post on the alternator. So I'm measuring the voltage across that wire, and I've got 0.09 volts. So you should see less than half a volt on here, so this is actually really good. So I don't have any unwanted resistance on there. Now I want to check to see if my ground is okay as well. So I'm going to put my meter lead on the ground wire of the battery, and then I'm going to check and just put my positive meter lead on the case of the alternator, which is the ground. And so I can put it anywhere on the case I want. And I've got 0.02, which is a good reading on the voltage drop on there. So that's how you would do a voltage drop. Now remember, anytime you do a voltage drop on any system, whether it's a charging system or whatever, the system has to be operating in order for the voltage drop to be taken. So everything seems to be fine on that one. That's how you do a voltage drop test on the charging system.